Hello friends, welcome back. It is time to plan out our meals for the month of December. I cannot believe it's already the month of December, but here we are. Just a little note, these are just all of our regular meals in December. I kind of make myself a separate list for all the holiday stuff that we're going to be having. So this is just our everyday lunches, dinners, snacks, sides, those types of things. So I started doing that a while back and it just helps separate it in my mind. And I go do like one shopping trip that's just for our holiday food, and that works out well for me. So, the first dinner that we're going to be having is spaghetti and meatballs. A while back, I had bought some Aldi frozen meatballs, and we haven't had a chance to use them yet. And I like to make myself a little note of where those meatballs are at, just to remind myself I'm not like homemaking meatballs, they're already in the freezer. Good Grab is always a family favorite. We haven't had that in a while. It's a Trim Healthy Mama recipe from a really long time ago that has stuck around. Thai curry noodles, this is actually one that we didn't get to this month in November, and so I'm just carrying that one over for December. I have some coconut milk that I need to use up, so that will be perfect. This next one is a new recipe that I found while looking through Pinterest. It's a creamy chicken tortellini soup. My family really likes tortellini, and so I really like soup, but my husband and my son don't love soup, so I'm always trying to come up with new ones that are like thicker and heartier for them. Then this chicken tortilla soup, I've had everything like the dried chilies and stuff. It's like a from scratch, authentic tortilla soup that I've wanted to try for a long time. You boil the whole chicken, you do the whole thing. So over Christmas break, I'm going to be making that. So hopefully everyone likes it because it's going to be like an all-day process, I think. I got this recipe from my sister. I have a flank steak to use up. It's called sheet pan Parmesan steak, and then you roast baby potatoes right on the sheet pan with the steak. So I'm going to be trying that out. Her family really loves it, so thought that was a great indoor steak recipe for the winter. This is also a new one that I came across that I thought I would try. Mozzarella baked chicken. I think if I remember correctly, it has like marinara sauce in it as well, but maybe not. I would have to go back and look. Everything will be linked down below that I possibly can. Pork tacos is a recipe that we have made for years and years. It's coleslaw mix, pork, and Asian sauce. You eat it with tacos, or I'm sorry, with tortillas. I really like to put sriracha, lots of sriracha on mine. Very delicious. Rigatoni bake is also a family recipe that I've had for a very long time. I don't make it very often because I have two that don't love pasta sauce on their noodles, but kind of a compromise I do is I just pour the sauce on most of it and kind of leave a section without the sauce, and they just sort of deal with it. Sub sandwiches just really sounded good to me, and I wanted to do like lunch meat from the deli counter at our local grocery store and homemade hoagie rolls, just like a really substantial sub sandwich. So that'll be a great one for over the holidays while everybody's home. French onion turkey meatballs. I can my own French onion soup, and then you kind of turn it into a gravy that you cook your meatballs in, and I serve it over pasta. It's delicious. As always, our Detroit style pizza. I've been making this once a month for quite a while now, and everyone loves it. And I probably won't be making it in the month of January because we do our freezer pantry challenge, low spend month in January, and the amount of like cheese that takes, it makes it a pricier option for dinner. And I always try to do really, really inexpensive meals for the month of January. Korean beef tacos. This is a chuck roast that has a bunch of Korean style seasonings. You shred it all up. And I love having pickled coleslaw on top of my Korean beef taco. It's delicious. Then we're just going to have plain old beef tacos. Our exchange student had her family send the taco seasoning from Sweden that they use. She's like missing that flavor, and so we're gonna do that. That will be fun. Turkey stroganoff. I'm also trying to incorporate more ground turkey recipes because we're going through our ground beef that we got from my friend raised beef, and we bought a quarter of it, and we're blowing through our ground beef way too fast. So I'm trying to incorporate more ground turkey. Pork tenderloin times 2. We're going to have some company over and do some pork tenderloin. Smash burgers. This is for Jericho, and I just made myself a little note that I need to buy buns. I had been homemaking the buns, but the smash burgers, it's really hard to get buns that big and flat. So the store-bought ones are just better for that type of burger. Bang Bang Chicken, we generally have that about once a month as well. It's just a really good one. Everyone likes it. It's easy. Buffalo Turkey Sloppy Joes. I will, however, homemake the buns for this one. It's just a really simple Sloppy Joe. I don't love regular Sloppy Joes. I don't love that flavor, but the Buffalo Sloppy Joes I really do. It's a good one. This looks like a homemade hamburger helper. This was a request from Jericho, and I don't think that I've made it since Naomi has been here. So we'll see if she likes that one. Green chili enchiladas. I love enchiladas, and most everyone in my house loves enchiladas. So I try to fix some form of enchiladas once a month. Chicken fajitas. That's also a good one. We still use our grill in the winter, not as often, just because it takes a lot more pellets to come up to temperature. We have a pellet smoker grill, and so I don't use it as often, but we do still use it in the winter. Taco soup is a recipe that I have had for 20 plus years. I got it from my friend that I used to work with in Tennessee, and we have continued to make it for years and years. It normally calls for ground beef, but again, I'm trying to use some ground turkey, so I will do that instead. You can't really tell a difference. Luckily my family really enjoys ground turkey as well as ground beef. So, none of them are going to love like a ground turkey burger or anything, but just ground turkey mixed in with stuff, everyone enjoys. Turkey rice skillet, again, this is like a ground turkey. I think it even has wild rice, which I love wild rice. That's a new recipe that we're going to try out. White chicken chili mac. If I remember correctly, I think this one's from Half Baked Harvest. But again, I will have it linked if I can. And then Greek turkey bowls. That will use ground turkey as well. We've really been enjoying bowls, and we've been having some company over who's eating very healthy. We've been having some, I'm not going to call them boyfriends, but boy interests over who are eating healthy for wrestling and such, and so that's been fun, and I've been fixing very healthy protein-packed meals for those dinners that we're having company. And then I'm just going to add in all of our lunch ideas. I just like to have a lot of stuff on hand. On the weekends, I will generally fix lunch for everyone. And for Jericho's about the only one that's home for lunch every day with me homeschooling. So I just like to make sure that I have options for all of those different days. And then I only write things down on the snacks or sides if I need specific ingredients for it. I always have side veggies. I always have salad stuff. I don't write that down. This is basically if I just need to start the dough in the morning and remind myself, or I need special ingredients to make it happen, I write it there. Then for desserts, we're doing our big cookie baking day I do with my best friend every year, and we split up all of the Christmas treats and make up baskets for the neighbors and such. Something we're adding this year, though, are homemade caramels. The girls and I are going to attempt homemade caramels and wrap them in our own wax paper wrappers, and we're going to try that out. see how that goes. And then I just like to always have some breakfast options as well. I need to make up some more freezer waffles. Everyone really enjoyed those. I just made waffles, let them cool really well, and stuck them in individual bags, and then they put them in the toaster in the morning, and they really liked that. So breakfast casserole we always do at Christmas time, and homemade cinnamon rolls we always do at Christmas time as well. As always, I appreciate you watching. Everything will be linked that I can possibly link down below, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye!